Hey, how's it going? We'll be doing a training today on how to use Facebook and Instagram ads to generate more clients. We'll probably be getting started. Let's see, we're a little bit early. In the next 3 minutes, press 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. It's actually on the wrong presentation. Again, press 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. K Vixen, hey, how's it going? And again, if you're just joining, we'll be starting in about 3 minutes. Ruby, hey, how's it going? Can hear but very low. Is anyone else having issues with my audio? Let's see. What about now? Okay, perfect. Again, if you're just joining, we'll be starting at 7:30 Central on the dot. So in about 2 minutes. In the meantime, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. And also at the end, we'll do a Q&A. For those of you who are just joining, press 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. We'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Okay, press 2 in the chat if you're ready to get started. We can go ahead and get started. And again, I'll be presenting a free training on how you can use Facebook ads at only $5 a day to generate more clients. Wow Beauty Salon Studio. Hey, how's it going? Miss Bargain Babe. Hey, how's it going? Ruby. Also, like the video. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So, before you start running your ads, there are a few things you should know. One is going to be the value of a customer to your business, and two is going to be what you're willing to spend to acquire a customer. Comment 3 if you know both of these numbers. Comment 2 if you don't. If you know the value of a customer to your business, you know what you're willing to spend to acquire a customer in your business, press 3. If you don't know the answer, press 2. Okay. So here's how you figure those numbers out. The average price that someone spends on your services times the average number of times they visit you in that year. That's going to be their value for the year. So let's imagine on average someone spends $200 every time they sit in your chair, and on average they visit you about four times in the year. They're worth about $800 to you for that year. So you also have to consider how long your clients stay with you. If they're staying with you 3 years, then you multiply that number by 3. 2 years, multiply that number by 2. Press 4 in the chat if this is making sense so far. Press 4 in the chat if everybody's clear how we arrived to our customers being worth about $800 in theory. Pebble said I'm low. Anyone else having issues with my audio? I'm going to raise it up a little bit more. Is this better? Okay, perfect. So now you have to figure out what you're willing to spend to get that potential $800 in lifetime value. Are you willing to spend $50 of your money, $100, $200? So based on how many multiples on your money you want, that's how you arrive at the number that you're willing to spend to acquire a customer. So if you want multiples of 16, maybe you're willing to spend 50. If you want multiples of, 8, you're willing to spend 100. If you want multiples of 4, you're willing to spend 200. The more you can spend to acquire a customer, the more you're pretty much going to outdo your competition. It's basically about who's willing to spend the most to acquire a customer. So keep that in mind. So this is going to be fairly quick, less than 15 minutes. And before we get into it, I just want to share a few results. This is someone that I worked with previously, running ads at $5 per day. And it ended up being booked for November, December, and 2 weeks in January, just from $5 per day ads. This is another person, had 20 messages, 20 DMs from ads at $1 per day, then $3 per day, then $5 per day. Ended up booking 20 new people. And she also even shared some interest, so we'll be covering that as well. Some of the interest she used in her ads. So who this training is for, it's for hair extension, service-based hair extension brands, lash extension businesses, microblade and PMU. Basically anyone that's already getting clients but can handle more. So typically a lot of you are trying to do your service-based business and everything else as well as the marketing part. So it's a time issue trying to create content and things of that nature. So ads kind of help you bypass having to create so much content and being on these social media platforms all day. And keep in mind, you're able to do this in less than 30 days without spending a bunch of time on social media. And if you stay until the end, I'll give you opportunity to work with me personally. So these are some more results. This is a lash extension brand. As you can see, in the total amount spent, they spent $2,400 on ads and returned $21,000 in sales in only 30 days. This is another example. At the very bottom, $3,400 spent on ads. This was in 7 days, and $29,000 in sales return. So now we're going to get into the actual training. There are 4 keys to actually filling your books using ads. So step 1 is picking the right objective. Press 0 in the chat if you've run ads before. I want to see what objectives y'all are using when y'all running ads. So picking the right objective is important because that gives Facebook kind of guidance on the type of person to show your ads to. So if you have a booking site such as Acuity or Calendly, any booking site that allows for you to have a pixel, this is super important. If you don't have a pixel on your booking site, don't run ads to your booking site because you can't track what's going on. But if you do, you want to set up what's called a conversion ad. So conversion ads are going to be shown to the highest quality of people on Facebook or Instagram, meaning they're known to click on an ad and take action once they get to the destination, your website or your landing page. Now, for those of you who don't have pixels or don't have booking sites, my favorite way to run ads is going to be messages. So your objective is going to be messages, meaning if they respond to your ad, it's going to open up a conversation in DM or Messenger. Everybody clear so far on why you choose what? So if everybody's clear, press 2 in the chat and I'll move on. Again, if you don't have a pixel, you don't have a booking site, you want to go messages. If you have a pixel on your booking site, you can go conversions. Press 2 in the chat if everyone's clear. Okay, perfect. So next is going to be picking the right audience. So a lot of people get caught up in what audience you should pick. It's not that hard. So basically you just want to pick a pool of general people that could be interested. So If your clients listen to Beyonce or Cardi B or Nicki Minaj or Rihanna, and most of y'all clients probably do listen to these people, they're going to be within these audiences. So you literally can use this exact targeting that I'm showing you, Beyonce, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, or you can just use one. You also can go no targeting, because your ad and your ad copy or your caption is what does the targeting for you, if that makes sense. Press 2 or 3 in the chat if you understand what I mean. So if you post an ad that says, hey, do you need your hair done? And you post an ad, hey, do you need your car repaired? Only people who are interested in getting their hair done are going to engage with the hair ad. Only people who are interested in getting their car repaired are going to engage with the car repair ad. So what Facebook or Instagram is going to do is show the ad to more of those people, regardless of what interest you use. That's why you can use interest if you want, especially with local stuff. You have the option to use interest. If you just want to get specific, you have the option to not use interest. Just make sure with your location, it's your city. Press 3 in the chat if it's making sense so far, and I'll move on. No threes yet. Okay, we got 1 3. So step 3 is going to be picking the right ad creative in your copy. So your ad creative is the actual video or image that you're using in your ad, and your copy is just like your caption, the text of your ad. So like I said, this is what does the targeting for you. So you have 2 options. You either use your existing content that has performed well with your existing audience, or if you have the mind to go out and create new content for your ads, you can use this page that we're on right now. It's called the Facebook ad library. If someone can put that in the chat, Facebook ad library. Basically what this allows you to do is see the type of ads that your competitors are running. So, excuse me, that way you don't have to guess what type of content you should be running as ads. So I don't know if y'all are familiar, but this is Yummy Hair Extensions. They're a pretty big brand. You can essentially just mimic what they're doing. Now you don't have to go ahead and recreate anything. I mean, reinvent the wheel. It's already examples of 7-figure brands, 6-figure brands, what they're using as their content. You just do your best to make your content look like that. Press 4 in the chat if it's making sense so far, and I'll move on. And again, this site is the Facebook ad library. You can either go in there and put in, like, search for the services that you're offering, or you can search for individual brands that you know of to see if they're running ads. Okay, so step 4, and this is the last step, and this is the most important. Usually when I see people run ads and they don't work, even though they probably could have been working, is because they don't have tracking. Tracking allows you to see how your ads are working in conjunction with your website. So when you have the pixel installed on your website, it tracks users' activity. So if they're adding to cart, if they're initiating checkout, if they're buying stuff, and this data will report back to your ads manager, so you can see in your dashboard, hey, ad 1 that I'm running has been generating a lot of sales for me. Maybe let me put some more money behind ad 1. Ad 2 is not generating any sales for me. Let me turn that off. So it allows you to see which individual ads or which individual interests are actually bringing you customers. So this is super important. Like I said, if you are sending people to your booking site or your website, you need the pixel. If you're conducting business on Facebook or Instagram through Messenger or your DM, you can run a message campaign and you don't really need tracking. So just to give you an example, this is a client that I work with, and as you can see at the very top, it says last booking pixel, but you can see how all of the data breaks down. It kept track of how many people viewed the booking page, how many people actually went to the next step in the booking page, which where they selected their time, and how many people actually booked. So we had about 4,000 people view the booking page, 4.3 thousand. Then we had 4,000 people go to select a time. Then we had, out of those 4,000 people, 459 actually booked and paid money. So this is what the pixel allows you to actually see the breakdown, see the data, see how your ads are working for you. Press 5 in the chat if it's making sense so far, and I'll move on. And to access this page, it's in your ads manager, and it's in the events manager tab. It must be a big delay in this. I'm gonna assume y'all are moving on. So ads are essentially about testing. So definitely be prepared to lose a little money when coming up with a working ad strategy. Even though you will lose some money up front, the potential is still there. There are hundreds or even thousands of potential clients waiting for you to service them. Now, keep in mind, the number one reason you aren't getting as many clients as you should is because not enough people know you exist. Ads get your business in front of thousands or tens of thousands of people that could potentially be interested in your services. So this is just an example. One of my clients, this is last 7 days, $3,400 spent. But the number I want you to pay attention to is for that $3,400, we got our business or her business in front of almost 200,000 new people. So imagine if 200,000 people, new people, knew about your business. What that would mean to your business if even 0.1% of those people decided to do business with you. So ads is about reach and about getting your business in front of new eyes. Keep that in mind. So with all that being said, the upfront cost is definitely worth it. Now, I do want to offer an alternative for those of you who don't have the time, patience, or the desire to lose money. Let's imagine every day you don't get your business seen by enough of the right people. You're missing out on just one client per day. So imagine just not filling your books with that one client. So, and let's imagine this service is $200. So every month you have 30 free slots that go unfilled. You're pretty much losing out on about $6,000 per month, $72,000 per year. So comment what you would do with an extra $70K per month. And for those of you who are interested, I want to make an offer to my Fill My Books coaching program, where we're guaranteeing 5 to 10 new clients per week. I want to keep this super short and simple. Anyone that's interested, just DM me on Instagram at @Salons. Apply. Just DM me the phrase apply if you want to learn more. Now we can open it up for Q&A. So I see buy a home. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money, and we're just talking about you missing out on one client per day. Some of you may be missing out on 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So imagine all of the money that you're missing out on every day, every month, every week, every year by not getting enough awareness around your brand. And ads help you solve that problem. It's only so much reach you can get through your organic efforts, whether it's through your stories, going live, reels, what else we have, and all the other channels on Instagram, unless you're just consistently going viral. If you have the ability to create just the best content in the world and you're always going viral, you may not need ads right now, unless you just want to take it to the highest level you can. But for those of you that don't have time or the creativity, ads is going to be your best bet. Pay off some debt. So yeah, it's open up to Q&A now. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to send them through. Again, for those of you who want my personal help with assisting you to scale your service-based business, you can take 5 to 10 new clients per week. Go ahead and DM me the phrase apply. Open 2 more businesses. Invest. Any questions? Travel. So yeah, just one new client, per week. That's a whole nother person. Please mention again suggesting booking sites with Pickle. So Acuity and Calendly. Let me see. I personally use Calendly, but Acuity is pretty popular as well. So for the examples of ad copy, that was Facebook Ad Library. Oh, you're saying like copy in general. So for your copy, you basically want to call out to the type of person. So an example of the copy I used when we were running ads for our salon was like ladies of Dallas, since we're in Dallas, calling out to ladies in Dallas. Then the second line would be our offer. And we were running like a bundle deal plus install. So, we include the price and all of that stuff in the ad copy. Then the third line was a call to action. Just said, hey, message us to book. So we ran a lot of DM ads. We never drove traffic to a site. All of our bookings and things of that nature were handled through DM or Messenger. And there's let me give y'all something else. There's a tool that'll connect to your Messenger and your DM called MiniChat. I'm going to put it in the chat. Minichat.com. And this is basically like an automation tool or a bot that'll allow you to like follow up with people. Let's say that you're running DM ads and they just don't book. You can use MiniChat to save those people to follow up with them later, send them promos, and things of that nature. You can also automate conversations. So if you're getting like the same questions over and over, like where you located, how much is this, do you have availability, you can have the MiniChat software automate that conversation for you. Do we have any questions? If not, probably stay on like 5 more minutes. If we don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and end the call. Again, for those of you who would like to work with me personally, DM me the phrase apply on Instagram. My Instagram is @igrowsalons. And if you learned something from the stream, go ahead and like it. Also, subscribe. Can you go over step 1, step 2? So step 1 is going to be picking the right objective. If you're sending someone to your booking site and your booking site has a pixel, you go with conversions. If you don't have a booking site or your booking site does not allow for you to have a pixel, you want to go messages, where if they respond to the ad, you're going to get a message in your messenger or in your DM, depending on how you set your ads up. Then 2 is going to be picking the right audience. And this is an example of some of the same targeting I use for my clients. So Beyonce, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna. You also have the option of not using any targeting at all when you're going local. Just make sure your age range is set to the people that you typically do business with. So if that's 25 to 35, just set your age range 25, 35. If you only serve women, set that to women, and you can go no interest as well. No problem. So it doesn't look like we have any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If y'all do have any questions, again, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. Thanks for watching.